Hi everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome back to part 2 of my spiritual awakening. As I was stating in my previous video, I went through an experience that everything that I used to speak would just happen. So after a while, and I realized this, I began and I learned to control my mouth by thinking before speaking. But these were things that I would just blur out unknowingly, and I didn't know they were going to cause an effect. So after they happened so often, I started being careful of what I said, or what I said to, what I spoke about, what I said to people. But not all the time for these bad things that I will predict, per se. Like one time I had the experience that I was leaving my aunt's house, and my cousin said that as I was leaving, I stopped her and I looked at her and I gave her some numbers, and then the numbers came out. She told me the next day, "Oh, the numbers you gave me came out." I'm like, "What numbers?" She said, "Yeah, when you were leaving, don't you remember? You stopped me and you gave me some numbers." I said, I don't remember anything. And these things will happen. I guess the spirits will just speak through me. Those were the good experiences. Like I tell everybody, spiritual awakening, especially if you come from a background with the loss, can be really hard and tough on a person. And especially if you don't have guidance, if you don't have someone guiding you and helping you control these emotions, these anxieties, and all these questions that you have. Because when I was in my teens, I got to a breaking point. I mentioned to you all that I went through 30 nights without sleeping. And the spirits, I have several notebooks to show for it, because I would write down everything they were telling me. And I remember my daughter was very small, and I was in the living room, because I used to watch these Christian shows, because I didn't know what was going on. I mean, I had an idea, but and I knew it was spirits, but it was so intense. And the thing is, I was also under attack of the lower level entities, because when you're developing spiritually, you're so open that you're attracting the enlightened beings, but you're also an open door to these darker beings. So I was like a sponge. I was a magnet to all these lower level entities. And at the time, I didn't really, my spirits hadn't revealed to me ways of cleansing myself. And like I said, my mother used to tell me little things, but not much. So that evening, I was like, I even took the Bible, and I used to read the Bible. And I kneeled down, and I remember by my bed, and I prayed. I said, God, if what am I experiencing, because I've always had a close connection with God. God, if what I'm experiencing is a gift from you, please teach me how to handle it. Please teach me how to control it and help me understand it. If this is not a gift from you, remove it from me now. And I prayed and I cried. And that night, my dream was more intense. It was more vivid. And I had a dream with who we call Metresili, which is Our Lady of Sorrow. And she started revealing certain baths to me. She started revealing certain things. And she even revealed to me how to read the Spanish cards. And she taught me how to bless them. And from then on, it was like everything just exploded. I mean, my clairvoyance, my clairaudience, I will see them, I will feel them, but more intense than before. And I will see people and just tell them things. And after that, I just started working the spirits. And, one thing led to the other. I mean, I used to practice with my sister, reading the cards. And my sister used to say, okay, read me the cards. I'm not going to tell you anything. And even though she was my sister, there's always something about people that, that they don't say, that they don't talk about. So when I used to tell her all these details, I mean, full-blown details, she used to stay in shock, because she was surprised. There were, certain things that I didn't know, because my sister's always been very reserved and very quiet. So she started telling her friends, and friends started telling other friends, and the next thing I knew, I had an incredible clientele. And I mean, it just grew like from one person telling another and another, and I mean, I just had this incredible clientele. And I also became very famous for preparing Anaisa perfume, which is for an attraction perfume, which is very, very powerful and very, I mean, potent. And women love it. When I prepare for them, they just love it. So a lot of women used to call me for that perfume and, you know, attraction baths to attract love and all these things. But I can tell you something, that spiritual learning and spiritual development, I believe, is a non-ending thing, because for me, it's like every other day is a different experience. Just when I'm about to say, finally, something else just comes. Another spirit reveals itself to me, and it's just something new every day. And one thing I would like to speak to you about is, especially those of you who are in the spiritual awakening process, is that we that are born with this gift, because it's meant to teach us and to help us grow, but we go through a lot of heartache. We go through a lot of hard experiences. And I once asked my spirit guides why there's always something. And what my spirit guides told me is because down the line you're going to meet someone that was in that same situation, and that is the only way you could help them, and that is the only way you can tell them, I understand. And it happened. One time I was reading a client, and as I heard her speaking about a situation she was having, I was like, my God, it just sounds like everything that happened to me, that I went through. And I was able to say, yeah, I understand. I understand what you're going through. I could feel your pain, and I can help you. And I helped her. And that made me feel good. When I hear from a client, or anyone in general that tells me, you know, your guidance of whatever you did, whatever you helped me with, has helped me or has changed my life, it makes me feel good inside. And I tell them, don't thank me, thank God, because the gift comes from God. And I'm just a vessel. And I always ask God, use me, you know. And I always pray to do the right thing, because it's very important. And we must know that whatever wrong we do with our gift, we must always remember that somebody up there is watching us. And that is my drive. That is why I do what I do, and I do it with love. And I'm a perfectionist when it comes to what I do. And sometimes I know I'm very hard on myself, and I push myself too hard. And it's because God gave me this gift so I could help others, and I have to do it right. I'm representing Him in sort of a way. And if I do not only let others down, I will let Him down if I do the wrong thing. So I always try and do my best to help others and help them develop and encourage them and give them, you know, build up their faith. But I can tell you, this is not an easy path, and it's a very, very long one. Very long. My story is a lot longer than this, but it would take like 5 or 6 videos to tell you the entire story of my spiritual awakening. But I hope that it has helped you understand the spiritual awakening of the laws of spirituality, and not only of the laws, because as I've gone through this journey, different spirits have joined my spiritual quadrant, and it is a pleasure, and I love what I do, and I do not plan on retiring anytime soon. I pray to God that He may continue to bless me with good health and strength to continue helping you and many, many others, and to make Him proud. I hope this helps you and strengthens you and fills you with faith. And just know that you're not alone in this journey, and that it's a long road. But God, I only could tell you one thing. It's worth it. It is totally worth it. You not only are blessed financially, but health-wise, your family, and to know that you have God and all these spirits protecting you is the best gift ever. I hope you have enjoyed this video. God bless you, and love and light to you.